Welcome back to the beaches of Barra, the Isle of Barra in the Western Isles of Scotland. And I have got this entire beach to myself. Look at those seas, look at the scenery. Beautiful, sunny, overcast, all at the same time. And hopefully some treasures to be found. So I'm back with the XP DEUS 2 and we're going to go with program 11, which is the beach program. And hopefully this beach, there's been lots of sunbathers and swimmers over the years who have left a few items behind. At the far end there's actually a couple of caves which I'm going to go and have a hunt in, see if we can track down some pirate treasure or possibly some whiskey. More on that story to follow for anyone who's familiar with Whisky Galore. What a day to detect and what a location to detect in. We're going to go and have a little hunt and see if we can find any pirate treasure in these caves. We've got one here, there's a smaller one just off to the right hand side, and there's a big one here that goes all the way through to a little beach on the other side. So we're going to have a little hunt through here, see if there are any beautiful old hidden relics to be had. Very picturesque. So not far from where we are just now, there was a famous shipwreck and politician, the SS Politician, which was a convoy ship during the Second World War that ran convoys between the United States and Great Britain during the Second World War in the 1940s, 1942 if I remember rightly. It ran aground very close to here on an island called Whisky, and at the time the Politician had something like 28,000 cases of whiskey on board and about £3 million in today's money in banknotes, which were all going to America and to the Caribbean, Jamaica. And the locals then began to raid the sunken ship and steal thousands and thousands of bottles from the cargo of the hull during a time when there was rationing. So whiskey was very limited. And Compton Mackenzie, who was from the island of Barra where I am, he based a book called Whisky Galore on the story. And there have been bottles discovered all over Barra in the past, because it was all hidden, so that when the excise men came to raid the villages and towns, they couldn't find it. So maybe if we're really lucky, there might be a little bottle of whiskey hidden away that's worth tens of thousands of pounds. But either way, we'll look at that for some scenery. Well, I was beginning to think that I was going to get zero signals from this cave because I'm almost right at the back, but right at the last moment, right at the back of the cave in here, we've got a signal. 81, and it sounds pretty good, but I'm getting dripped on with all the spring water that's coming out of this cave. But let's go and give this one a go and see what we get. It wasn't particularly deep, which maybe isn't such a good thing, but it's somewhere in here. Brought the pile back a little bit into the light, and it's a little better. We've got something green right there. You see that? It might actually be a coin. I think it is. I think it might be. Let me get in the light a little bit better. I think it might be a coin. It might be a coin. It's very green and corroded, but it could be a coin. Right, let me get out into the light and give it a wee rub-a-dub and see if we can get any detail. It is a coin, but it is literally falling apart in front of my eyes. Can't see any significant detail on it. I mean, it could be 20 years old, 30 years old, it could be 200 or 300 years old. Impossible to tell. Maybe when I get home I can pick off this surface corrosion and see if there is any detail underneath, and if there is, then I'll add it in at the end of this video. But it's a coin, and I'm happy that we've found something so far. Good start. No more signals in the bigger cave there, and nothing at all in the small cave. A couple of ring pools and a tin can. Still hunting for Whisky Galore, but we've got a digger here. "96, 97, seems like it's a fairly big signal, so let's hope for the best." Relatively deep, the hole's kind of filling in with seawater and sand, but we could actually have a coin. There was something relatively circular, I was right, somewhere around here. Maybe not. Oh, no, I've moved it. There it is there. I think it is a coin. Now that is a coin. 100%. I want my pinpoint probe going off there. Right. It's probably not going to be particularly old, but let's give it a clean up and see. And here we go. It's actually a little bit older than I was expecting. I was expecting it to be spendable currency, Elizabeth II, and to me it's difficult to see. In fact, I'm even struggling to see it myself now. Oh, there it is, there you go. That looks like a head looking to the left hand side, if you can make that out. And I think that's George VI, which is the Queen's father. And he ruled from, what would it have been, 1936 to, when did she take the throne? The early 50s? 47 or 52 or something like that. So it's a lot older than I expected. What do you reckon to that one? You can see Britannia on the reverse. I don't know, could it even be older than that? Look at that head. Whose head is that? It looks a bit podgy for George VI. Or am I just imagining it? Either way, it's very corroded. There's very little, if any, detail at all there, but still, 2 coins. Excellent. A little bit scratchy, this one. Yeah. Doesn't sound too bad actually. 39 to 42. It's a pretty small target as well, so fingers crossed, let's see what we get. We have got gold. Definitely something gold coloured there, I just caught a flash of. Fingers crossed. Some more gold would be lovely. I could be giving up detecting on land. What has happened to this? Why am I so utterly useless at using a pinpointer? Where is it? Oh, this is painful. Right, let me pause it for a second and get back to you. Well, sorry about that, that was pretty painful to watch. That was a tiny little fleck of iron. However, right here is gold, and I don't think it's real gold, unless it's a gold coin. but I'd be pretty impressed to find a gold coin on a beach on the island of Barra. I think it's maybe going to be tin pool, maybe something going on there. It doesn't feel very heavy. I think it's made of aluminium, possibly, and we have got a little head coming through. Right, let me give this a rub up and get back to you. We've got gold, but not as we wanted it. I don't know what this is. It's pressed metal. It looks like it's some sort of aluminum with some sort of gold paint or whatever on top of it. And the right way around is that way. And you can see we've got 3 stars either side of what looks like a sort of Roman general sort of type thing. What's that all about? And at the top is a little hole there, so I don't know if it's been worn on a pendant or worn on a charm, or whether it's just, I don't know. No idea on that one. If you know, let me know in the comments below. Look at that for scenery, eh? It's utterly gorgeous. And these huge big cliffs. So I've already done this whole little bay in here, this little beach. That's where I got all of those finds. I'm going to go through now and go through this little cave here off to the left, which joins in with another little hidden beach on the other side. So if nothing else, at least I'll be out the wind to film. So I'm going to give it a bash, see if there's anything trapped in here, and then I'll have a look on the little beach on the other side. Well, that was disappointing. No pirate treasure, no pieces of 8, and unfortunately so far no stolen whiskey from the SS politician or am politician from the famous Whisky Galore shipwreck off the Isle of Barra. But I'm hoping that the old XP DEUS 2 is going to turn up a few bottles before the day's out. Let's see what we can find on the next little beach, which is this beautiful little beach hidden beyond the caves. It's been pretty quiet. All that I'm doing is I'm just basically trying to imagine where people would sit on deck chairs or put their blankets. So this is a nice little cove here. Good to get out the wind, put your wee blanket down here, and got a nice 78, 79. So let me get one of my helpers over to help me with digging. Ewan and Alice are going to give me a hand. So, right there. Take a big spadeful out and let's see what we get. Okay, it's popped out straight away. It may well be that it's a little bit of a bottle top. Alice, pick it up. Let's see it. What have we got? So you've dropped it. It must be in the genetics. Is that an earring? That is. I think that's an earring.
Yeah, that's an earring.
That is an earring. That's where the little catch would have been to stop it falling out your ear. And that looks like it could actually be silver. Right, let me give it a wee clean up, see if I can see any kind of marks on it. Can't see any marks on it for sterling silver or such like, but then again, if it's maybe European or foreign, it might not have them anyway because it's a British standard sterling silver. So I don't know, but I would guess that that is a silver earring. It looks silver to me. So what do you reckon? Date wise, again, not particularly old, probably less than 40 or 50 years in age, I would say. But if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments below. Well done, kids. Just a few feet away from the last find, and we've got another one just here. It's a very, very small target, and it's coming in at 78 to 82. So let's see what we get this time. We've taken 3 spadefuls out very delicately, and Alice has just spotted, is that a ring? What do you reckon, Alice? What have you got? It's another earring. It's another earring, I think. It looks very similar. Well, not very similar, but it looks similar to the last one. Let's give it a wee clean out and see if there is any detail. Certainly got little crosses or little stars on it anyway. Right, back to you in a second. Definitely another earring, and it is silver. It is not stamped silver, but on the inside, see if I can get the camera just right, zoom in, you can see the letters S-I-L-V-E-R, silver. Now whether it actually is silver or not, because just because someone writes silver on it doesn't necessarily mean it is, but looking at the colour of it and the fact that it's not really tarnished and it's quite heavy, then I reckon it is silver. So 2 silver earrings, both of them they've got the same kind of sort of look to them in terms of possibly from either Asia or India or, I mean, Africa, in terms of the sort of fashion or style of them. Maybe there's been a couple of families or an extended family have been here. This one came from right there and the other one came from just over there. So maybe they've been sitting here enjoying the sun, in for a paddle, and they've lost their rings, or earrings should I say. Brilliant. Oh, dropped it. This one might be a bit of a struggle to dig. We've got a signal just about here. $89 to $92 sounds pretty good, but you'll see what the problem is right there as the kids all flee because they've only got trainers on. So right, Ewan, you're going to have to grab a quick spadeful in between the waves. Another spadeful, and then throw it in the same place. Nope, no luck. And again. No, still there. Try again. Come forward a wee bit, I think you're too far back. Throw that one out and then come back and get another one. Right, try right about there. No, back a bit, back. There. Right there, that's it. Same again. Still there?
This water's not going to help.
It's not going to help, but dedication. Do it for the Scottish Detectorist, June. Right, you've moved it because it's about there now.
And it's underground.
That's it, right there.
Is it there?
Right, I think it's right in the middle of the hole, so try again. Back a bit, back a bit, back a bit. Right there, right there. That's it. Right, I think you've got it this time.
Oh my god!
Nope, you've not got it. Still in there.
Oh.
Right, try again.
I'm not sure we'll be able to get it.
Right, on you go. Same again. Right, the kids are struggling. I'm going to have to give this a go myself. Right, leave it to it and I'll give it a go. I'll get back to you. Okay, we're out the hole at last. Still fighting with the water, as you can see. Ewan and Alice are going to try and track this down for me.
I think that's either a ring
Right, the pinpoint probe is a nightmare to use because I think of the mineralisation, but just here I think we have got a ring, maybe? What do we reckon, Alice?
It's a ring.
We have got a ring. Yes! Brilliant. Looks like there might be stones in it as well. Okay, tremendous. Question is that silver again? It could be, you know.
Or is it
Right.
gold?
Oh, watch we don't get soaked. Right, I'm going to give this a little wash and I'll get back to you. We have got more silver. So that ring, I've just had a look. It looks like it's got a pretty worn hallmark on the bottom of it, but I can also see more clearly, I can see the letters 925. You see it just there on the sides? Just there, 925. There is a hallmark, but it's right at the bottom and it's practically illegible. So it is silver. We've got more silver, and it's got a little, or it's had a little inset of stones, which unfortunately are now all lost. I don't see any stones there anymore, which is a shame, because who knows, they might have been diamonds, but whatever they are long gone now. Nope, dropped it. Shot caller. So how old is it, is the $1 million question. I think there's a bit of age to it. Could be 50, 100 years old maybe. Either way, it is a third bit of silver. Tremendous. We've been waiting ages for a signal, and we've got a 64. 64 to 67. Who knows? Let's see what we get. It wasn't the easiest thing to dig, but look, poor Alice. She's not old enough to know what a ring pull is. She probably thinks it's a piece of jewellery. But it's not. It's a ring pull off an old-fashioned can. I'm going to go with Lilt 1982. Maybe Diet Coke 1986. Either way, it's a beauty. This might well be our last find of the day, because we're only about 100 metres away from the car, so we're running out of beach and we're heading home. Everyone's had enough. Pretty good sound though. 87, solid 87. How big a target is it? Very small. Could we have a coin? Maybe a wee spendable penny? Right, I'm going to say right about there where I've made that little dent, Alice. You take it away.
Could be at you.
2 spadefuls down, and Alice reckons on that second spadeful that she saw something shiny. What have you got? Oh, it's a little love heart. It's a little locket off a necklace. Does it open up? Has it got a seam, or is it solid?
I think it's solid.
Solid. But Alice, it looks like it's silver. Again. Right, let me get out the light, or into the light. Has it got a little letter there? Is that a letter R? Or is it just my imagination? No, I think it's just my imagination. On the other side, well, we've got letters on the other side. What does that say, Alice? Silver. We've got some more silver. What's that? Number 4?
Yeah.
Bit of silver, number 4. Tremendous. Excellent. So someone's lost a little locket. It doesn't open though. It looks like it's solid silver. Brilliant. Well done, Alice. Great find. Age-wise, there's my wife's hand coming in there. Did you see that? Out of shot there. She's like a raven or a magpie. She like lingers around waiting on the good stuff coming out and almost pushes me over to get to it. Right. Date wise, I'm going to guess probably less than 50 years old, give or take. But it's a great find. Well done, Alice. Well, maybe I spoke too soon saying that that was us for signals, because we've got a final signal, and look at that for running out of land. We're literally 10 metres away from the edge. And solid 88. I'm going with a coin, I'm going with a spendable, and I'm going to say 50 pence piece. 50 pence piece. What are you calling, Alice?
I'm calling 2p.
5 pence, and Ewan's going with?
2.
2 pence. Right, we might all be wrong, but let's see. Okay, bad news. What we thought was going to be coinage of some description. Alice showed them this great find. Look at that. We think it could be Roman, maybe 1st century. We would call it a tent peg, but the Romans would call it a tentius pegius back in the day. It's a tent peg, and it was probably lost last week. We've got an even bigger signal and an even bigger tent peg. 2 tent pegs in 2 seconds. Spectacular scenery, a whole beach all to ourselves, turquoise seas. That was a couple of hours of good fun with the old XP DEUS 2, and honestly this machine for finding silver is incredibly good at it, really is. There are the highlights of today's finds. Couple of coins, 4 pieces of silver, 2 of them are earrings, one's a locket and the other is a ring. And then this curious little gold, I don't know, advertising sort of tokeny type thing, or maybe it was worn on a locket. Who knows? But either way, not bad at all for a few hours of detecting. Ably assisted by little Alice and Ewan, who continually vanishes. But yeah, great day out, beautiful weather and spectacular scenery. The Isle of Barra, utterly gorgeous. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next dig.